Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I will show you 10 anime where the main character is badass. So if you enjoy the video, please leave your like and subscribe to the channel. It would be a great help. Anyway, let's start the list. Number 10. Armed Librarians, the Book of Bantora. In a world where dead people turn into books and are stored in the Bantora Library, where anyone who reads a book can learn their past, Bantora Library is maintained by armed librarians who wield psychic powers, and their enemy is a religious society known as Sendeki Kyuden. Number 9. Drifters. At the Battle of Sekigahara in 1600, Toyohisa Shimazu is the rear guard for his retreating troops and is critically wounded when he suddenly finds himself in a modern, gleaming white hallway, faced with only a stoic man named Murasaki and hundreds of doors on both sides. Toyohisa is pulled into the nearest door and into a world completely unlike his own. The strange land is populated by all manner of fantastical creatures, as well as warriors from different eras of Toyohisa's world who were thought to be dead. Quickly befriending the infamous warlord Nobunaga Oda and the ancient archer, Toyohisa learns of the political unrest tearing through the continent. Furthermore, they have been summoned as drifters to fight against the Ins, people who are responsible for the creation of the Orte Empire and are trying to annihilate the drifters. As the Ins grow more powerful, so does the Empire's persecution of elves and other demi-humans. It is up to Toyohisa and his group of unconventional heroes to battle in a brand new world war to help the Empire's subjects, while protecting the land to claim for themselves and challenging the Ins. Number 8. Black Lagoon. Within Thailand is Ronapur, a depraved, crime-ridden city where not even the authorities or churches are untouched by the claws of corruption. A haven for convicts and degenerates alike, the city is notorious for being the center of illegal activities and operations, often fueled by local crime syndicates. Enter Rokuro Okajima, an average Japanese businessman who has been living a dull and monotonous life when he finally gets his chance for a change of pace with a delivery trip to Southeast Asia. His business trip swiftly goes downhill as Rokuro is captured by a mercenary group operating in Ronapur called Black Lagoon. The group plans to use him as a bargaining chip in negotiations, which ultimately failed. Now abandoned and betrayed by his former employer, Rokuro decides to join Black Lagoon. In order to survive, he must quickly adapt to his new environment and prepare himself for the bloodshed and tribulation to come. A non-stop, high-octane thriller, Black Lagoon delves into the depths of human morality and virtue. Witness Rokuro struggling to keep his values and philosophies intact as he slowly transforms from businessman to ruthless mercenary. Number 7. The Garden of Sinners. In September 1998, a string of seemingly random suicides leaves Japan baffled and devastated. But a detective agency specializing in paranormal occurrences notices that there are a few glaring, disturbing similarities tying the deceptively unrelated cases together. All the victims are schoolgirls, and all of them have jumped to their deaths from atop the ancient Fuju building, a skyscraper that is scheduled to be bulldozed soon. To investigate the cause of these disturbing events, the head of the agency, Tuko Aozaki, dispatches Mikiya Kokuto and Shiki Ryugi. The kind and surprisingly normal Mikiya serves as a stark contrast to the cold and mysterious Shiki, who possesses the mystic eyes of death perception, an abnormal ability which allows her to see and bring an end to all things. Dark and philosophical in tone, Fukan Fuke is the first installment in the 7-part movie series Kara no Kyukai, adapted from the light novels by Kinoko Nasu. Number 6. Kino's Journey, The Beautiful World. When 15-year-old Kino is feeling weighed down by heavy thoughts, one thing always manages to cheer her up: traveling. Nothing fills her heart with joy like exploring the beautiful, wonderful world around her and the fascinating ways people find to live. However, Kino is not as helpless as her cute appearance and courteous demeanor suggest. Armed with cannon and woodsmen, her trusted handguns, Kino isn't afraid to kill anyone who would dare to get in her way. Always by her side is her best friend and loyal companion Hermes, a sentient motorcycle, who supports Kino through the sorrows and hardships of their journey. Together, they travel the vast countryside with the shared goal of always moving forward and a single rule: never stay in one country for more than 3 days. As Kino and Hermes encounter new people and learn the rules of their civilizations, they grow and find out more about their own values and virtues. But as Kino slowly discovers the world around her, she also finds herself facing dangers that linger within the vast unknown. Number 5. Gangsta. Nicholas Brown and Warwick Arcangelo, known in the city of Ergastalum as the Handymen, are mercenaries for hire who take on jobs no one else can handle. Contracted by powerful mob syndicates and police alike, the Handymen have to be ready and willing for anything. After completing the order of killing a local pimp, the Handymen and Alex Benedetto, a prostitute also designated for elimination, to their ranks to protect her from the forces that want her gone from the decrepit hellhole of a city she has come to call home. However, this criminal's paradise is undergoing a profound period of change that threatens to corrode the delicate balance of power. Ergastalum was once a safe haven for Twilights, a superhuman being born as a result of a special drug, but are now being hunted down by a fierce underground organization. This new threat is rising up to challenge everything the city stands for, and the Handymen will not be able to avoid this coming war. Number 4. Darker than black. One night, as meteors streak across the star-studded sky, Shion Pavlichenko becomes a contractor. Despite her brother's transformation, Shion's twin sister So continues to live a fairly ordinary life, attending middle school with her friends and getting caught up in the awkwardness of growing up. However, everything changes when her home is invaded by a masked man cloaked in black, destroying any sense of normality she once had. Revealed to possess latent contractor abilities of her own, Suo is caught between family, friends, and her own sense of purpose as she ventures into the ruthless world of cutthroats and espionage that contractors call home. Meanwhile, in Tokyo, investigations surrounding Hell's Gate's sudden collapse is underway, and prophetic signs of doom point in the direction of a silver-haired doll. Number 3. Grisaya series. This anime begins right at the end of the previous installment, Grisaya no Meikyu. Kazami Yuji is arrested under suspicion for terrorism. A video showing apparently concrete proof that Yuji committed these acts, and he is held in custody by Ichigaya. Ichigaya knows full well that Yuji didn't commit the crimes he's been accused of, but he did fail to assassinate Heath Oslo, who is the leader of the terrorist organization with an extremely devastating weapon in their possession. In fact, Ichigaya have their own plans for Yuji. But all may not be lost for Yuji. The girls of the Mihama Academy are not about to let Yuji be used for political gain, and neither may the mysterious new figure which appears before them. Number 2. Overlord. The final hour of the popular virtual reality game Yggdrasil has come. However, Momonga, a powerful wizard and master of the Dark Guild, decides to spend his last few moments in the game as the servers begin to shut down. To his surprise, despite the clock having struck midnight, Momonga is still fully conscious as his character, and moreover, the non-player characters appear to have developed personalities of their own. Confronted with this abnormal situation, Momonga commands his loyal servants to help him investigate and take control of this new world, with the hopes of figuring out what has caused this development and if there may be others in the same predicament. Number 1. Phase 0. With the promise of granting any wish, the omnipotent Holy Grail triggered 3 wars in the past, each too cruel and fierce to leave a victor. In spite of that, the wealthy Einzelburn family is confident that the 4th Holy Grail War will be different. Namely, with a vessel of the Holy Grail now in their grasp. Solely for this reason, the much-hated Magus killer, Kiritsugu Imiya, is hired by the Einzelburns, with marriage to their only daughter Irisville as binding contract. Kiritsugu now stands at the center of a cutthroat game of survival, facing off against 6 other participants, each armed with an ancient familiar and fueled by unique desires and ideals. Accompanied by his own familiar, Saber, the notorious mercenary soon finds his greatest opponent in Kirei Kotomine, a priest who seeks salvation from the emptiness within himself in pursuit of Kiritsugu. Based on the light novel, Fate Zero depicts the events of the Fourth Holy Grail War 10 years prior to Fate's Day Night. Witness a battle royale in which no one is guaranteed to survive. Well, this was today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions, just comment below. Anyway, I'll stay here. A big hug and see you in the next video.